Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My people, if care is not taken, APC they go deal with Nigerians. They don't already they deal with Nigeria small. If not for the fact say APC, I can't see the reason why somebody like Okpebholo go pull mouth, talk against the person of the former president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Waka governor open mouth, talk say he's not decisive during his own time. Say, why will he criticize Tinubu? Why will he criticize Tinubu's action? That during his own time, that he was not decisive. Guys, can you imagine the kind of country where we see ourselves? If this nation, a country where we say they work out well, where reach Okpebholo for where somebody like Jonathan dey. As again, to let you know, say Okpebholo na dummy, just like the way Edo people they talk say na dummy, no know anything. He can't dey mock Jonathan. Say during Jonathan's time, say the annual budget na 1.6 trillion naira. But now during Tinubu regime, say the monthly budget na 1.6 trillion naira. Una see and say this guy no get sense. Because even then during Jonathan, we be saying they claim say the annual budget is 1.6 trillion. Life was better. People they enjoy, people they live well, people they live large. And you not go use the kind of inflation where don't take over the country now. Compare then. Now for you to say and say you don't know anything, Edo people, are they sorry for una life una state don already scatter. If una no make sure say this guy come up for there, because I can't see the reason why this man go open mouth talk something like that. And I be say no know anything. No wonder they talk say he no fit talk anything, he no fit do anything. Now Oshomole na he still dey govern the state. No Oshomole na he plant am there. Meanwhile he is busy doing his third tenure, and Oshomole accept to that. Say if na wetin people think, say he accept. This guy na really, in fact, make I not just talk too much. Make I drop this video. More gonna see the way they analyze this person for now. Edo are they sorry for now. Guys, please watch this video to the end. Make you now see the way they analyze Okpebholo for now. And please don't forget to drop your own comments concerning this statement. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Thanks and bye.
We are talking about a reverse emergency rule. And it keeps lingering because people didn't think there was any emergency or there was any need to actually rise up to the occasion. Okpebholo in the recent times has become Tinubu's spokesman. I don't know. Is it because of his court case or he sincerely believed that Jonathan was docile and indecisive? Okpebholo said Jonathan was indecisive during his days, that he lacks the capacity to criticize Tinubu, who is decisive and knows what he wanted for the nation. Philip, let me start from you.
Thank you very much. You know, when a man is in a position that he ought not to be, and he gets there by crooked means, like they usually say, when you tell one lie, you need 8,000 lies to keep that lie going. So the man need to do everything, if it means even insulting his own father. If that will keep it, that is the position we find ourselves in Nigeria today. Because it's so sad that Okpebholo to speak against any of the true son of the Niger Delta, of all people, President Goodluck Jonathan, yeah, is something you can
even across Nigeria, people respect across the world, across the globe, respected. They respect Jonathan very, very well.
So for Okpebholo to open his mouth to speak against Jonathan for no just cause, because he could make his point without making reference to Jonathan. I think this is the height of desperation, you know, because of his court case.
Yeah. Kingsley, he left the case of actually the emergency. He moved to Jonathan, who Jonathan said that the politicians of Nigeria today, he gave a kind of example, the Indian proverb that says you can wake, no matter how deep somebody is sleeping, you can wake the person. You can tap the person, even make noise, shout, the person will wake up. But if the person is pretending to sleep, no matter what you do, the person is not going to wake up because he was actually not sleeping in the first place. That is the situation we find ourselves. And Jonathan went further to say that these decisions, not so popular decisions that our politicians take, doesn't just come back to work against them. It works it works against the entire nation, the citizens of the entire nation. That the foreign country don't regard us anymore. Not only because of Yahoo Boy, he wasn't even very specific, but because of the politicians. When they see you with Nigerian passport, they say, oh, Nigeria. Meanwhile, you on your own didn't do anything, but it's because of the decisions of these people. What duty do you think Nigerians have to these politicians?
First of all, let me start with Jonathan. Now, Jonathan is a very respected statesman. I mean, there's something Okpebholo said which I think is foolishness that he should have said that.
Yeah.
He said that what the nation's budget was then was 1.6 trillion naira.
No, he said it was 6 billion, but today it's 1.6 trillion.
No, it's 1.6 trillion. Say the entire budget was 1.6 trillion. But now that they share 1.6 trillion monthly, yes.
They share 1.6
trillion.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you and I know that when it was 1.6 trillion,
Yes.
we lived a flourished life.
That's right.
We lived a better life.
That's right.
Now, the case of Rivers, why it's trending and it's not going to stop, they should not think that this thing is going to stop at a point and we'll move on like we used to move. It will not move on.
Why do you think so?
Because precedent is being set. The president can just stand up and say, state of emergency, and a puppet legislator with rubber stamp him and say, take it away. Look, I've said it again and again. I say evil prevail in society.
We had in Lagos State just a few weeks ago,
Exactly.
where two people were laying claim to be the Speaker of the House.
I mean,
Miranda was there, and Obasa came back from Atlanta and said, I am still the Speaker.
it was the tension was palpable. You could feel it in the air. So that's why we will not allow River case to go.
And some people were even querying the police for providing security and the details to the two parties. And police say, oh, we protect all Nigerians.
At the point, they will withdraw this one at the point they will. Now, if you even look at that of River State right now, the people that are with the administrator, the so-called administrator, are military men. The military men that are supposed to be at the border and protecting Nigerian territorial integrity have now come into civil life and they are living. We will not allow it to go. It's not just going to go away this thing is reversed.
That is why Okonkwo said, they say it's not an emergency rule, but it's a martial law, that is a military rule. You know, when you said there's no emergency rule, like when you say puppet, you see, the constitution is very clear on emergency rule. We agree it's exercising a constitutional power.
Yeah.
But said 2/3 majority of the National Assembly will cast their vote in favor of the emergency rule. How do you arrive at 2/3 majority? Is by head count, and not by voice vote.
You can by voice, you can't get to talk.
You can't say this is the.
So it's actually illegal in itself.
So what it is that it do not receive the
So
of the
it's
National
illegal
Assembly.
as it
It's
is.
illegal, you understand? So we're coming to Okpebholo. Okpebholo is a drowning man. Whether he tried to survive or not, he's going to drown. Yes, the court might ratify his illegality to become legal, but in the minds of Nigeria and the minds of Edolite, they know that it's not their truly elected governor.
Let me talk on Okpebholo a little bit. Now, we look at the pedigree of people that speak for us to give credence to what they have said. I think Okpebholo has not got into that pedigree.
He's a governor of a state.
Yes, before he became a governor.
His colleagues took a stand.
Hold on. Before he became a governor, who was he?
He was a senator.
As a senator, what did he propose? He was the first time.
A senator for how many days?
Exactly. He was the first time.
Okpebholo was the senator of Federal Republic of
So how
Nigeria.
many days? What effect has he had in Edo politics?
Edo Central. When he
Have
was
you
a
ever
senator.
heard of
But at the
Okpebholo
end of the
before?
day, even though it was for a few days,
Yes.
you know, but the Edo people found him worthy to be governor, and they elected
And
him.
who said so?
Who told you we elected?
Where are they in court?
Because some people did not believe he was.
So what I'm saying is that I'm asking a question. If you are telling me that Okpebholo is a senator or now became a governor elected by the Edo people, I'm asking what's his pedigree.
And you know what?
In case of Edo State, number one, in the case of the national Nigeria as a whole, where have we ever seen his factor coming to bear? What business?
But understand that it's also the high time we begin to put in people who have not done much in the national politics, but they have done a lot in their personal life.
So in their personal life, what have they done? In entrepreneurship, what has he done?
Okay, let's talk to Philip.
See, Okpebholo has taken it upon himself to be the spokesman of the Niger Delta on behalf of Tinubu. He just went to Bayelsa and said the next governor of Bayelsa State should come from Ayakoro, community. You see what? That's why he said that who is Okpebholo?
Is the current governor of Edo State.
How did he become a governor of Edo State?
By election.
Okafor, let me tell you, I know you and I are on the same page when it comes to entrepreneurs being in place of leadership.
Yes.
That if you have not been able to manage a company that has 20, 50, 100 people, how can you manage a state with more than a million?
That's right.
2 million, 3 million.
That's right.
Now, in Okpebholo's factor, what has he managed? I'm not in PDP, neither am I in APC.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Edo people would have loved Asue because of when
but they should have demonstrated that during there was election.
Well, we leave that to the courts to judge. Since 3-man panel, 5-man panel, determine who becomes the governor of the state. Appalling.
Very
appalling.
That is a complete system.
And that is why a non-ethic had the boldness to speak to a respected Nigerian, a statesman, a man who said his ambition was not worth a drop of any Nigerian's blood.
And is calling him indecisive.
Telling you,
a man who declares state of emergency as he retains the democratic setting.
This thing takes us, Philip, to what many Nigerians believe. Like I told you, I know Asiwaju is a great politician, but I've never believed he's a great strategist. Get me clear.
Yes.
A great strategist in the last election would have put in a strategy that would make plenty people to vote for you. You could have put in a strategy that even though IREF platform worked, you would have emerged the winner. A great strategist would have ensured that your campaign promises penetrated with the people, and the people from east, west, north, and south will decide to vote for you. That would have been a great strategy.
But we would now have seen the nepotism that we are seeing all over the place.
So when people say it's a great strategist, I don't understand what they mean. I do not believe that INEC suddenly developing a glitch network that is not proven. You understand? That is not proven makes you a great strategist. It means that at the end of the day, if we begin to talk about being a good strategist, it means that we'll begin to kind of accept those practices that we should be working against.
Exactly.
Like you said, about 3 people determining who becomes a governor. Stealing election,
that are not even from Edo
stealing
State.
vote, and going to meet 3-man panel, 5-man panel, 7-man panel. It is not a strategy we want to live for our children. Philip, you have something to say?
Yes, I agree with you, Tutu, that the man is not a great strategy. The only great politician strategy we have seen in this country, whose political promises and campaign permeate with the people, is MKO Abiola of the SDP. That North, South, West, East
voted for him.
Went with him.
He even won his opponent in his own domain.
Look, but this man we are having today, his own strategy is to, grab it and run with it, maim them.
Asiwaju lost to Obi on record in Lagos. What kind of strategy?
Let me tell you something. Abiola won the primaries of the SDP.
Yes.
Now, Yaradua, the late Yaradua, the former chief of journalism, couldn't contest because they were banned by Babani.
Yes.
And Yaradua didn't support him. He supported Atiku and King Gibe.
Yeah, they are
Let me tell you what he did. A great strategy that Abiola is. Abiola landed in his gate without the man knowing. And went on there and said, we can't do anything without you. The man by force accepted. And he won all over the north. That's the great strategy. And for Okpebholo, I will advise him that he should leave his legacy in Edo State, since we don't know him too much, and stop putting.
Don't worry, he'll be there. He'll be there for the first 4 years, and hopefully the next 4 years, making it 8 years, and you get to win.
So
take away Philip.
Time
is against us. I said hopefully. I said hopefully.
That will be another weekend, because he will now become popular through the political.
Yeah, I said hopefully. We are in the era of renewed hope, guys.
Okpebholo should respect himself and know how to talk to others.
And we need an apology from him.
Yes. Apologize to
all right. I can see you guys are very harmonized this morning. So Okpebholo should respect himself and probably know his bounds across Niger Delta. Somebody like Goodluck Jonathan is not a personality to joke with in Niger Delta, in Nigeria, even across the whole world.